Hi, Local 196 office reps. I decided to create an additional video to help with tasks that you may come up with as an office rep. First off, I like to show you the provincial UNA website. It comes up as una.ca. This is a great place to find out all the most recent information. So yeah, this is a great landing page, just if you're wondering if there's any brand new news or updates. Additionally, you can find collective agreements here. Plus, there are hyperlinks to the UNA net. And there's where you can find your UNA email and your database for UNA and forums can also be found on the provincial website. There's joint statements and spotlights, which I often will go to if I need to find information. One of the first places I look aside from the collective agreement is on the spotlights. Usually it's kind of a frequently asked question that someone else has asked, and the spotlights provide a really good summary of the issue and kind of say it in plain language. Another place that I really like to peruse is the education tab, the education at una.ca. This is an amazing online resource. Under each, there is more things hyperlinked. For instance, an introduction to UNA, what does UNA do for you is a great one. Called to meeting by your employee, the new member checklist. This is a great one to share with new members on your team. Go through that with them. This one's kind of neat if you ever want to know the history of UNA. There's the hyperlink to the anniversary history book. This is how UNA is organized. There is our members, our locals. There's the different districts, and this is our provincial executive board. This is our committees on the executive board, yada, yada, yada. If you ever go to our annual general meeting, this will all make sense. There's our district map, North Central District, which includes Edmonton, Whitecourt, Swan Hill, Slave Lake, Fort McMurray. Central, we've got Camrose, Red Deer. South Central is Calgary, and south, we've got Medicine Hat, Lethbridge, and north is our Grand Prairie High Level area. If you ever end up at AGM, which I hope you do attend, you might want to peruse through the Roberts Rules. This is how we run our meetings. We use Roberts Rules for our local meetings as well, so you can kind of understand what's happening. Our affiliate chart, I'd love to show this because we do a lot of draws to different organizational events. So this is us, United Nurses of Alberta. As UNA, we're also part of the District Labor Council. So our District Labor Council, being that we're Edmonton in area, is the Edmonton District Labor Council. There's organizations and activities supported by UNA include the Aspen Foundation for Labor Education, the Alberta Workers Health Centre, the Workers Resource Centre, Alberta Labour History Institute, and the Council of Canadians. We're part of the Alberta Federation of Labour. We're also part of the Public Interest Alberta Parkland Institute, which is basically the labor's response to the Fraser Institute, Friends of Medicare, and the Canadian Health Coalition. And these are all groups that believe in publicly funded, publicly delivered healthcare and services for Canadians. UNA, as part of the Canadian Federation of Nurses Union, encompasses several of the provincial nurses union across the country. And Canadian Labor Congress kind of holds, all of the rest of the federations of labors together across the country. And then the bigger picture, as you just zoom out, we've got the Global Nurses Union and the International Trade and Union Federation. Now, under the technology section, there is an information about creating a UNA NAT account. So here is our 8 easy steps for creating a UNA account. Make sure you have a membership card for the current year. You can always ask me and I can send you a PDF copy of your membership card. In the education at UNA, there's some additional courses that they've created. For instance, the Intro to PRC. This full day workshop is provincially funded for all UNA members that have not previously taken it. For here, it also breaks down that for all UNA members, you can go to Know Your Rights, Dealing with Abuse, intro to PRC, boundaries and self-care, and for office reps and local execs. So office reps, including yourself, there's the engagement and support and the taking action course. But when you go through this way, you can also hit the under technology, you can get the UNA help page, which I highly recommend. If there's anything that you need to figure out in Zimbra, it's all here as well as in DMS. So I'm going to go back into the UNA website to show you kind of some things that might be useful for the email and DMS. Okay, so this for instance, is my inbox. There's a briefcase, create one and share it with your team. To create a briefcase, you just go new folder and then say briefcase. Perfect. Once you have a briefcase, you can edit the properties. So you can make it different colors. I don't know if you want pink. You can share it. You can add people. You can add as many people as you want. You can make them admin, and this is how you add a briefcase that is shareable. So now that I've got my briefcase open, you can add folders within your subfolders. You can upload files into your briefcase, or you can create Google Documents, so to speak, that you can edit in real time. So to upload a file, you just upload it, and then you can take something from the computer, or you can create a new one inside of it. And this is great. So if you want to have a living document that multiple different people can be adding things to, and then it gets updated in real time and more people have access to it. You don't need to save it. It saves itself. And then you open up, you should see your Google document. It saves itself automatically. In here, we've got our forums. You have to put in your same email and login as you do to get into your email. Information on negotiations, AGM, collective agreement discussions, information about how-tos and helps with any of the computer stuff, affiliate information, all this kind of stuff. It's all on forums. It's very, very useful. Our UNA help tab, which I've gone through again. And here's another way to get into your education once you're in your Zimbra mail. Okay, so let's go over how to create a contact list. First off, you have your contact list under contacts in Zimbra. You should be using Zimbra or UNA email for all of your union communications because it is secured and it is preferred method of contact versus a personal email. So to create a new contact list, you might be easier to create a new contact folder. So let's just call this one example. Sure. When I have my folder that I could add emails under it, let's add John Smith, Smith, una.ca. Let's add another one, for example. Okay, so we've got that into our example folder. Now to create contact lists, we're going to make, that's in the contact. Now we want to do a contact group. So new contact group, we'll say example, sure. Example contact group. And now you'll see Mary Smith and John Smith are in this example contact group. Why is this important? Well, you'll need to have a contact group when you go to batch send things out. For instance, let's go back into my mail. You're going to want to send everything. You're going to hit the CC button because you want to send everything blind carbon copy. But you'll go into your personal and shared contacts. I'm going to find my example. There's my example contact group. And then I'm going to blind carbon copy that into the email. And this big example. And that's how you would send everything out, blind carbon copy, whereas the other recipients aren't going to see their email. That way it keeps them secure and anonymous. Now, if you want to add more contacts to the group, you can either go into here and add a contact. You want to add Kim Smith. Keep with the Smiths. They all work at the same place, apparently. We want this one to go into our example group. This is where it gets tricky. If you add more afterwards, just make sure that it's going to your example group. Otherwise, it'll go into whatever other folder, and then you'll be like, oh, where did it go? So this one goes into your example group, and then you want to put that one into that contact list. So then you can see all three of them are in there. Another way that you can add people is through this edit function, and then you can add email addresses directly to it. .ca, you can add it directly to there. And then you can also add it Jerry Smith and put it into our example folder. It's okay, press save. And then look at he's there. You'll see that he populates into this folder, into this as well. So that's easy ways that you can add and subtract your email contact lists. Went to DMS for a second. Mine will look a little bit different than yours. For instance, if you're going to attend a UNA provincial workshop and you're working that day, you need to first request an RFL from your work, whatever process that you use at your work site to request a day off. For instance, the date and time, the event, the reason, whether it's being funded by UNA Provincial, which is all of those workshops and such, that'll be UNA Provincial. Local 196 would be if you want to draw one of our draws to attend our event. In LOA, it'll give you a PDF that you'll have to submit to your work site. Alberta Health Services pays you for the day that you're working, and then UNA reimburses Alberta Health Services. So that's how it works with the LOAs. If you're not scheduled to work and you attend a function, you will have to fill out an expense claim. You will have to say whether you're provincially funded or locally funded. If it's for a workshop, it's going to be provincially funded. So to create an expense claim, you go into the expense claim. You will pick the event that in a list of the events that you attended will be on here. Your hours, your dates is usually 7.75 hours, and your rate of pay. And then you'll submit your claim. Make sure that if you have any additional information, you put it on there. Here's some forms. This is where you can put your name down for draws. For your local honorarium at the end of the year, it will be here in forms. It'll show up as local 2024, for instance, if that's the year it is, honorarium, and you'll fill it out in there. We go into resources, and here's my office rep roles and responsibility document. Member engagement funding that you as an office rep is entitled to use. So as per the local 196 budget, each local 196 is funded for up to $200 for purchase of promoting member engagement, one-time use. Use of funding may be pre-approved by the local executive through the submission of this form. So you give ways to UNA members of your site, honorarium per speaker at your site. It's supposed to be used for UNA members at your site only. Office reps are responsible for all arrangements with regards to use of this funding. Email it or fax it to our local 196 exec email. So this concludes my quick rundown of Zimbra, DMS, and some other functions that you might need to be able to use it as an office rep. I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions or concerns, please reach out to us at local196una.ca.